So what we have achieved during these 6 months. Despite the exceptional efforts of the Irish presidency, reaching the final agreement on MFF and 2014 budget was not easy for us. The deal struck in November involved hard choices on all sides. No one got fully everything they wanted. Yes, it is a rigorous budget, but especially comparing and keeping with those that national governments are having to implement at home. But even if modest in size, at 1% of European GDP, it represents an injection of nearly €1 trillion into the real economy of Europe. Credibility is not just about delivering sustainable growth. It's also about restoring confidence in the European Union's financial system and regaining the trust of financial markets, which is why we pulled out all the stops to make progress on creating a functional banking union. Who in the world could fail to have been moved by the image of ordinary people of all ages in Kyiv's freezing Euromaidan, peacefully confronting rows of riot police, and between them a solitary pianist playing on an upright piano painted in the blue and yellow stars of the European flag. Taking their future into their own hands, unwilling to be subdued by the Berkut, these demonstrators refused to give up their quest for a fairer life, the right of all people in sovereign state to choose a better future for themselves. The spirit of Maidanci, who have taken to the streets to defend their European choice, represents a test for all of us, a test we cannot afford to fail.
The successful closure of Ireland's support programme proves that when adjustment and assistance go hand in hand, we can overcome even the most serious kinds of crises in a Eurozone country. Spain's exit from its specific banking programme shows that we can effectively address grave concerns about the financial institutions, even in a larger economy. It proves that through reform and increased responsibility, we can put the banking sector once again on a sound footing. The tragic events of Lampedusa, and I had the occasion to witness the dramatic consequences personally on that island, the unforgettable deaths of 350 people, signal and symbolise the difficulties of individual member states to deal with complex migration issues in a globalised world, and pushed us all towards a renewed effort in this area. In the task force, we have worked out a holistic strategy to respond to such problems, recommending more than 30 concrete actions on cooperation with third countries, on regional protection, resettlement and reinforced legal migration, on the fight against human smuggling and organised crime, on proper management and better surveillance of sea borders, and on solidarity with member states experiencing especially high migration pressures.
Grazie alla bravura e passione del proprio governo e dei propri esperti, la Lituania ha pienamente meritato la fiducia e l'apprezzamento di questo Parlamento. Ciò è accaduto soprattutto grazie al vigoroso europeismo con cui la Presidenza ha portato avanti iter legislativi complessi, spesso resi ancora più difficili da tendenze politiche euroscettiche e talvolta anti-europeiste.
On the MFF, again, I am not so positive as you are about the smart growth. Maybe it's a smart solution. I doubt it. It's not a very growth-oriented solution. But we have to speak about the future. And I appeal to all the member countries to take up the money which is here. We speak about the social issues. Migration is a big issue, and poverty migration is a big issue in many debates. And then we look to the European Social Fund. If I am right, 55% was the participation rate on the social fund, the absorption rate. In Germany, where there's also a big debate about poverty migration, 63%. The money is here. Why don't you take the money and solve the solution instead of pointing to Brussels and the Commission and the bad institutions? That would be important, and therefore I think really that the budget, which as low as it is, it should be taken up by the member countries to do their job.
J'ai été très étonné dans la négociation sur les nouvelles règles qui permettent de gérer les crises bancaires, les restructurations des banques, la directive qu'on appelle BRRD. J'ai été très désagréablement surpris de voir le Conseil insérer presque en catimini une disposition qui permettra aux États de continuer à recapitaliser leurs banques, soi-disant n'étant pas en difficulté, des banques soi-disant saines, avec de l'argent public. Je dois constater qu'au sein de l'Union européenne, malgré tous les discours, la préférence reste aujourd'hui à faire payer le contribuable plutôt qu'à faire payer les créanciers des banques, en raison du fait que faire appel aux créanciers privés pourrait être déstabilisateur pour les marchés. Mais faire payer le contribuable, ça évidemment, ce n'est pas déstabilisateur, ça n'est pas systémiquement dangereux. Tout ça parce que les contribuables sont évidemment captifs, alors que les investisseurs, on les appelle encore comme ça, c'est-à-dire les propriétaires de capitaux, eux, peuvent aller évidemment d'un endroit à l'autre avec leur argent. Cette attitude-là existe toujours et donc malgré le progrès que représente la directive BRRD, eh bien, il sera toujours possible à un État de recapitaliser ses banques avec de l'argent public, ce qui pour nous devrait être véritablement une solution de dernier recours et malheureusement reste une solution que certains voudraient continuer à généraliser.